Hey guys, it's Alyssa here over at Books and Cats, and today I am going to be talking about my bookish pet peeves. I never thought I would make one of these videos, and I always thought it always had to be about certain things in books. Never really watched one, and then I saw that people actually made them about other things, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. I have things that annoy me that aren't necessarily in books, but are out of them. So let's get started. So on with the first thing that I'm very, very salty about. Now this doesn't make sense to me because at first I thought it was an old versus new thing, like old editions of this kind of book and then new editions changed, but that's not the case, people. That's not the case. So one of the most annoying things to me is, and I know a lot of people especially probably a lot of people on BookTube, because a lot of people don't read of this edition of book, but it is different sized mass markets. Now, I know a lot of people on BookTube don't really read mass market paperbacks, don't own them. I think they're great, they're cheap. I read mysteries, so I don't mind buying them. It's not a difference in quality either, because at first I was like, oh, maybe the taller ones are better made, because they're slightly more expensive too. I think they're $10 instead of $7.99. So I was like, oh, okay, I can deal with that. No, it's still crappy quality. They're still really crappily made, but they're just different sizes. And it's especially annoying with this series because I have 19 books in this series, and there are a couple in between that are longer than the others, and it's just, it's so irritating. It's not even the last few in the series. It's some in between, and I'm like, This has been a recent thing. Only a recent thing I've probably dealt with in the last couple of years. And you will sometimes see it on book covers or on actual pages, the soft black matte books where you can see every single handprint. And for someone like me, who I am not the coldest person on earth, I am usually hot. So I'm at first I'm this is a me problem, right? And then I would see pictures of other people posting of their books, and I would see fingerprints, and I'm well, I'm so glad that normal human beings leave fingerprints on these books, because I thought I was crazy. It's so gross to me. It's not technically a gross thing, but it just grosses me out to the extreme when I see my own fingerprints on a page, let alone someone else's. It's a completely normal thing, obviously. People leave fingerprints on these kind of pages, but it's why make that? An example is Gemina, because I will show you these pages. If you're holding it for too long, let me demonstrate for you. Look at that. That's a fingerprint. That's nasty. My hands are clean. It's nice in theory, but if I can see my fingerprints, no, I don't want that in my life. I don't want an added thing that stresses me out and looks gross. This is definitely a me thing because I've seen a lot of people do it. I will demonstrate. It's when people are holding a hardcover up in a video and they're holding it like this, where you see the bottom of the book stick out. That drives me up a freaking wall. Every time I see someone on purpose holding a book with the dust jacket messed up in a video, my blood boils. I hate looking at it. It's it takes 2 seconds and a single movement to move it down for it to be in its right place. Just do that, please. So this is actually about a thing that happens in books. Now, a lot of people probably disagree with this, but I hate when there's too much description. And I am talking about, not about building a fantasy world. Yeah, we need a lot of description when we're doing that. I'm talking about when we're talking about a thing that is already a normal place. If we're talking about a book, a contemporary book, takes place in modern times in New York City, I don't need a bunch of descriptions. I don't need to know what the house looks like. Some people do. Some people do, that's why it's there. I don't need it. I usually have my own thing that I imagine, and that's where I like to run with. I like to run with it and not stop. And usually that's why I ignore that kind of description, because I've already come up with something in my own mind. Also, a thing that I hate is when there's not enough description, especially about characters. I hate when we meet somebody in a book and we're not instantly, but semi quickly told what they look like, because pretty quickly, obviously, when you're reading a book, you want to know what somebody looks like, and you start to kind of create this mental image. And then like when it's like 100 pages in, and then they finally, like, the author finally tells you who it is, it's like, but okay, I didn't expect them to have long blonde hair or whatever the case may be. Like, I expected them to have brown hair because you freaking waited like 9 years to tell me what they look like. Another thing that drives me crazy, drives me up a wall, is super long chapters. I am rarely, probably maybe twice a year, if that, am a person who reads something in one sitting or 1 or 2 sittings. I usually break up my reading over time. So if there's a long chapter, you best believe I'm gonna get annoyed. I hate long chapters. I especially hate long chapters that leave you with really big cliffhangers, because then you're like, crap, I have been here for freaking 50 pages and I have to sit here again and read more because you freaking, like, left me hanging. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. You're gonna go and talk about something that grinds my gears. Like, I am talking every time I get a notification for this, I grow another gray hair. Goodreads polls. And no, I'm not talking about Goodreads polls that are in groups or to like ask, you know, like isn't pressured on people and people like go to find the poll. That's totally different, you know. That's fine. That's Gucci. We're fine. It's fine. You know, I don't mind that. You know, I'm not against all Goodreads polls. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the ones where you have somebody on your friends list that sends you, I guess, to everybody on their friends list. I've never done it before, so I don't know. Sends it to everybody on their friends list and asks, what should I be reading next? Newsflash, I don't care. Do not be asking me what you should be reading next, because I can't figure out for myself, let alone you. It makes me another level of annoyed that I didn't know was possible. If you ever send me a Goodreads poll and I don't respond, it's because I probably don't like you. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's everybody who does it. Last pet peeve that I'm going to be talking about. It's a pretty average thing that you come across, and it is white hardcovers. I hate these. I love looking at them. They are great, right? They are beautiful, you know, they're cool. But they stay beautiful for 0.5 seconds. For 0.5 seconds. I am not one of those lunatics who reads hardcovers with a dust jacket on. If you can, props to you. I have never done it. I never will. So therefore, when I see a white hardcover, another part of me hurts, because it's like, I know it's just gonna get so dirty. And it's not because I take my books weird places and I eat and I'm touching them and I'm dirty. Like, it's not that. It's just simple, stupid life things that happen, and it's like you can't do anything with it. Because like black hardcovers, you can take those bad boys anywhere and they're not gonna get messed up. They're pretty, they're great to look at, and I guess that's why they invented these little things called dust jackets, to protect them. But still. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below some of your bookish pet peeves, or if you agree with any of the ones that I talked about. I know some of them are pretty obscure because it's just always been a me thing. I've never heard anybody else talk about them. That's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.